Good afternoon, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. It is almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and today is Monday, the 5th of April 2021, and the situation is still the same. And I am still leafleting here in Bournemouth. And once I finish everywhere in Bournemouth, I will be moving to the next town in terms of leafleting and so on. For those who are curious about knowing uh, what was done to me, by whom, and why, and all of this, and I was asked, without mentioning who and so on, to actually trying to briefly say in a video why and what was done to me and so on. So I will try to do this in this video, and I will try to be as brief as possible. I was born in another country in North Africa where everything started, and I had to leave the country and I fled and I came here to the UK in 2004 after meeting my ex where I used to live or where I was born, and we got married and I came to live here in the UK, and we stayed together for about 8 years or something, and we have two daughters together, but they live with her because we separated in 2013 completely. And again, I will explain in another video how and why and who were involved and so on. But anyway, so the authorities of the country where I was born did not leave me alone even after I left the country and came to the UK, and actually they liaised with the British authorities and put me under surveillance 24/7 since I stepped foot in the UK and started living here. And actually, when I discovered this, or discovered what was going on in 2013, and tried to basically get things, public and expose them and so on. Uh, in 2014, for example, I protested and I went to Amnesty and the House of Parliament and protested outside and so on. The only thing that it resulted in was the increase of the use and abuse and torture by my abusers. So it's a long story. Why, where I was born, why did they target me, and why they were doing this to me, and how and where. It's a long story. The details will be put in the court of law, and also everything that was done to me here, even till the moment, by the British authorities, will be in front of the court. And when I say so, these bastards, they have their own scenarios to do what they want in public and make it look like it's a normal stuff or something that being, you know, normal and so on, but actually it is a scenario, and it's like a set for them and a scene, and everyone knows what they are doing and all of this. I'm saying so, I'm not paranoid about it, I know it for sure, and I experience it almost every day, and I try my best to carry on my day without falling into their scenarios and so on. And before you jump to conclusion and think that I'm deluded or paranoid or whatever, I'm gonna give fine details for these scenarios and how they do it and all of this in the court of law, and I have some evidences as well to support what I'm saying. So it's not just someone who is paranoid or deluded or just claiming these things are happening without a proof. I have some evidences that will prove at least that this is a reality and is happening, and all of this to me, and so on, and I'm going to give more details of what they are doing and so on. So in other words, these cunts didn't leave me alone, and still till the moment are after me, trying to annihilate me again and trying to suppress my voice and so on. And again, just to let you know some of the use and abuse they did to me, which was very aggressive. When I started protesting and trying to expose them, they increased the use and abuse and torture, and I was subject to harassment, intimidation, and series of arrests by the police for no reason. I was unlawfully arrested, beaten up, taken to the hospital after saying that I cannot or I wouldn't leave this, and I was gonna report it and take it to court. And they put me in hospital for 4 days and put wrong and made up allegations and reports about me and mental health and so all of this. And in the end, after allegations and all of this, they accused me of breaching a court order which I did not breach anyway, and they put me in prison for 4 months, remanded, after being beaten up almost every day in prison by prison officers and abused psychologically by prison employees in general. So some of the stuff the prison employees, not just officers, used to come to the cell where they kept me and tell me. They used to come to the cell where they kept me, and from the opening the hatch they have there, they used to tell me, "You're gonna stay here forever. You're gonna be rotten here. This is your home now. You are gonna live here forever. You are gonna die here," and many things. And even they used to tell me, I mean, like, I don't know how they literally knew that even I have daughters and so on. They made the inmates or people in prison that used to be beside the cell where I was kept, that they used to shout at night and tell me that I raped my ex, and that I abused my daughters and all of this, and many things that basically they used to tell me and psychologically abuse me in the prison, and also beaten up almost every day by prison officers, the way that even my left wrist, I cannot use my left hand as I used to any longer, and so on. And many stuff. I was drugged and I was raped inside the prison or inside the cell, and many other stuff. And anyway, they wrote down false reports regarding my mental capacity and my behavior when I was held in the prison, and they made it look like that I wasn't fit to reappear in front of the court, and hence they wasted my chance of going back to court and be released because I didn't do anything. And not only this, they made it look like that it was a worse condition, blah blah blah, and they actually transferred me after 4 months being kept in segregation in prison, beaten up almost every day and psychologically abused, drugged and raped. They actually transferred me to a mental health hospital where they kept me for 8 months, further 8 months, where I used to be injected with chemicals that used to destroy my body completely. And I will give more details because there will be a case against the NHS, and there will be a case against this mental health hospital, and I know for sure they will try to cover up and put on paper things to make it look legally, but I'm taking this case to court and I'm going to give them all the details of what I experienced in that mental health hospital, which is another case as well. And anyway, and not only this, I left, or I mean, after being released from hospital after 8 months and basically trying to start my life again, and I went and basically stayed away for a bit for 5 months, came back to restart my life and so on, and they did not leave me alone, and they were performing illegal, illegitimate, and undeclared and informal investigations about me, even coming back trying to live my life and trying to restart my life, which I discovered. And when I discovered it and actually made it clear I was going to take it to court again, now they are starting trying to make it look like there is an investigation going on, blah 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 and so on. So if you're watching this and any authority approach you and say that there is investigation or blah blah blah, or trying to put you off helping me, I promise you all the reason is, and all what they're trying to do, to isolate me and basically get me deprived from any kind of help of anyone that can help. And just to make it sure, to make it clear and make you sure of what are my goals are still the same, and it's as clear as it can be. I am, my number one goal I want to achieve is my compensations, my financial compensations, and my moral compensations to the punishment of my abusers, and exposing them and taking them to court and basically get them liable for what they have done to me and get them punished for what they have done to me based on a fair trial in the court of law and so on. Number three is actually to get my full freedom and privacy, because even till the moment where I'm staying in this room, there are hidden cameras and listening devices, and I know it for sure. However, I cannot point out where it is, and I cannot actually prove it. And this is what they want to do. They want to go and report it formally to the police, which I wouldn't do anyway, because actually the police is inferior authorities to them, and basically they actually have the authorities to suppress any ethical or honest police officer who would know the truth and try to fight by my side. So in other words, they use inferior authorities easily, manipulate them, and the inferior authorities cannot do anything. And just to make it clear for anyone who's watching, they are trying to make the police and the social service and the prison department the three public bodies that the high authorities used against me, beside other private companies, individuals, landlords, and all of this, and employers, that they want to make the inferior authorities be liable, the only liable bodies for what was done to me, and actually make them pay the price and make it look like your everyday corruption case by people in authorities like police, blah blah blah, that actually use their authorities or misuse their power, which is it is true in somehow that some police officers corrupted and they were participating in this case in the use and abuse and torture that I have been subject to even till the moment indirectly. However, this is not the main issue. These people will be punished anyway, and they will be trialed in court of law for what they have done and the misconduct and the misuse and misuse of power. However, my goal is as well to get the high authorities, individuals who are running the business and deciding what is being done to me, to be questioned and to be liable for what was done to me, and to be brought to the court of law and to be punished, because these people, if they get away with what they have done to me and only the small pawns they use in their game or chess game that they are playing live with people's lives and all of this, these small pawns will pay the price. But these people in the high authorities will still be there, and they actually can use other pawns and other people and so on and repeat it with me or do it to someone else. So my goal is to get those responsible and from the high authorities who are planning, deciding, and with one word can send someone under the ground, and with another word can send someone on the top of a mountain. These are the people who were involved in my case. These are the ones that must pay the price, not just the small pawns they used from the inferior authorities in the police, social service, and the prison department. And I'm making it clear because I know no matter what, I will get my compensations and go to Spain, where I'm going to settle down forever in Castellón de la Plana. And actually, if these people are still there and they have the authorities, they can still actually use their authorities against me, and they will find their equivalent and the cunts pawns like here in the UK. They will find the same in Spain and use them and manipulate them, and actually can do the same to me or repeat it or do something even worse. So I'm trying to make this case public everywhere and get those responsible for what was done to me punished. And I'm talking about the high authorities, and I'm determined to do so. And actually, this is when I can restart my life, because as long as these people in the authorities, the financial compensation on its own is not enough, because they can take the money, they can make my life difficult, they can actually put me through hell again and use and abuse and torture me again. So now you know that it's high authorities involved, and the inferior authorities, it's the initial case I'm taking to court against the inferior authorities, police, social service, and prison department, for the misconduct and the misuse of power, corruption that they made me subject to, and I suffered from a lot. And next cases will follow, and I'm gonna dig out the people in the high authorities. I know some people might think, any genuine person who's watching this might think, come on man, these people can do to you even worse, blah blah blah, and they have the power. I know this For sure, I experienced their wrath, I experienced their cunningness, I experienced their authorities and what they can do, and I was harmed a lot, and they destroyed my life completely. And to be honest with you, I've got nothing to lose apart from my life, because even if they repeat what they did to me again, I promise you, they only just trying to they would be making it worse for themselves anyway when it's time for them to pay the price, which will come, and this time will come. And any one of them think that they got away with what they have done, and the time of paying back and being liable for what they have done to me is not going to come. They actually are deceiving themselves, and they are actually basically just wasting their own time and life this way, because they are living a dream of having the authorities and being untouchable and unknown and living amongst people like normal people, while in fact they are the cancer and they are the virus that actually harming people and eating the community inside out. And when I say eating the community inside out, any community or any country is like a whole body of a human being, and we people, we are the cells and the organs. And if a cell dies or suffers or whatever, this is your body is being eaten out from inside out. And this is what they do, and they don't understand this. They think that's because they are individuals and they have the power. If they kill someone, so what? Or if they destroy someone's life, so what? And they don't understand that this is harming the overall of the country eventually and slowly without knowing. Because imagine every person who gets abused or tortured or killed, their families are affected, everyone knows them affected, they are affected. And if they are not killed and they survive like I did, and then trying to spread the word and all of this, again, this is, in other words, I don't know how to put this, but in other words, for example, imagine it this way. If you're used, abused, and tortured, but you're not like me having this mentality of having no hatred, however, pursuing justice, you might actually become something else, becomes violent, becomes aggressive, becomes, a bad member in the community, becomes whatever, because of what was done to you. For me, I know myself, and I always said it, I always have a configuration for myself. No matter what I go through, I restart, I reboot, I literally think properly, and always love people and so on, no matter what. But other people cannot or might not be the same. So in other words, if they harm someone or put someone into harm or whatever, like they did to me, or in any way, form, or shape, these people might become something that is harmful to the community. And this is what actually they tried to do to me. They put me through all of this, and with their scenarios, which I'm going to give zillions of details about it, they tried actually to put me back in prison or put me back to the mental health hospital by putting me in situations in the community and scenarios that if someone else, I promise you, they would have fallen for it and acted in a way that would be liable to actually question in terms of, are you good enough to be with people or not? So in other words, these people are cunts who have no honor, and I mean it. And when I give you fine details of what they can do and what they have done to me and what they have done to other people and so on, you will understand. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. These people use their authorities, harm people, kill people, and when I say kill people, I mean it, and I'm gonna give details of many things and all of this. And just to give you an example now, uh, in terms of, you might ask, who was killed, it's a murder, blah blah blah. Yes, but in front of people they die naturally. So my father and my eldest brother were killed, and I'm putting 100 lines underneath this. They were killed and murdered in the country where I was born, and I cannot prove it. And I know it 100% for sure, and I cannot prove it. And it's not only this, they made it look like they died of natural causes. So in other words, guys, if you have any doubts regarding what I'm saying, I would appreciate that might turn off the video or stop it and blah blah blah. But I promise you, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not taken from a movie. This is a reality, and I experienced it. And I promise you, my father and my eldest brother were killed, and I cannot prove it. And I know it, and I'm living with this pain, and I'm trying to dig this out, and I'm trying to actually prove it. So if you think about, okay, it's the country where you're born, now it's their problem. No, it's not just there, it's here as well, because as I said, I left in 2004 to come and live here. They didn't leave me alone, they followed me here, liaised with the British authorities, and the British authorities participated and did even worse to what was done to me personally, where I was born, and so on. So in other words, guys, there are lots of information here. There are lots of things to say and to give and details, which lots of it will be given to the court of law with some evidences to prove the genuinity of it and to be the base for the next and next and next. And I promise you, I'm gonna prove everything as long as you support me and as long as you're a genuine person and can support. And my abusers, if you're watching this, I promise you, you're not gonna get away with what you've done to me. You can live the dream of thinking that you are protected by your authority and power and you're untouchable and you're not going to be given away or pay the price or discovered, living amongst people like any normal people. No one knows about you, yet you know everything about people, can do whatever you want to them. I promise you, you're wrong, and I promise you, you will pay the price. You will be exposed, you will be uncovered, you will be helpless, and you will pay the price for everything you did to me. And I promise you, everyone else who knows and couldn't touch you will come to take a piece of you for what you have done to them. And I am 100% sure I am not the only one that you used, abused, tortured, or harmed using your authorities. And I promise you, this is my goal in life. Because as long as you're still there with your authority after what you've done to me, I'm still not safe, no matter what. And you are cunts who have no honor. You cannot be trusted. You cannot be left there with your authorities doing what you do to people and getting away with it. So in other words, guys, if you're watching this and you're a genuine person, you want to know more rather than jumping to conclusion thinking this guy's deluded or paranoid or whatever, contact me directly. My name is Al Brown Spencer. You can watch my YouTube videos. If you can't, please contact me directly on my phone and my email address. My phone is 074659200503. Again, 074659200503. And my email address is a for alpha dot b for bravo dot spencer at hotmail.com. And if you cannot get an answer from me, or you try to phone me or email me and you get something weird or nothing at all or whatever, I promise you that's the authorities trying to block my communications and to contain the situation. So if this, in this case, please come and meet me in person. I live at the present time temporarily at room number 1, and that's 135, which is Central Hotel, which is an ex-hotel, 135 West Hill Road, and that's Bournemouth, and that's BH2 5EG. Again, it's room number 1, 135 West Hill Road, Bournemouth, BH2 5EG. Please do not send me any post, because I promise you it's not safe. I cannot 100% guarantee that anything you would send in the post will be here for me to pick up, unless they trying to make it look like what I'm saying is bullshit and basically trying to prove the opposite, which they can do and they tried before. But I promise you, they can control lots of things, and they can actually prevent any email of being sent or alter it or a post or phone calls. It's unbelievable. I will give 100% every details you might be looking for in terms of this. So in other words, people, this is a 100% genuine case. I am not a paranoid person or crazy or ever suffered from any mental problem. I am 100% genuine. I'm not just you know, making this up for fame or just money and blah blah blah. I promise you, I have my goals to achieve, and I will never give up or tire pursuing justice and getting those responsible for what was done to me punished and to be sent behind bars and in jail. And if you can help, that would be great. You can spread the word everywhere, not just here in the UK, but in Europe and the USA as well. I am 100% determined to make this public, not just here in the UK, but in Europe and the USA as well, and any country that you know in this region, and so on. I'm trying my best, but with your help, I can achieve a lot. So please support, please get in touch. I promise you, when you know more about the reality of what they can do and what they did and what they are doing to even till the moment, you will be absolutely shocked. Uh, Solicitors, welcome. Human rights organizations and activists, welcome. Media, journalists, presenters, welcome. This case will be everywhere in the United Kingdom, Europe, and the USA. Please get in touch. These cunts must be punished, and they must be exposed, and they must go behind bars for what they have done to me and other people. Please get in touch. I need your help. Do not turn me down. Do not be put off by any claims from any authority. Just ask yourself this question: why the authorities are trying to stop me taking this case to court, which I have solid evidences for, and I'm gonna give all information and knowledge I want to expose them and use in the court of law. And again, my credibility is under attack constantly by the authorities, and that's what they always do when they try to isolate someone or make them vulnerable and make them helpless. They attack your credibility. They make you sound or look like someone who has no credibility, and so on. And they can even, you know, as they did to me before, they can even, you know, put doubts around your mental health and around your genuinity and the genuinity of your case or what you're saying and so on. And I promise you, everything I said is true and 100% reality, not a paranoia, not delusion, not made up, not whatever. This is 100% genuine case, and I'm 100% genuine person, and I'm taking this to court no matter what. So again, if you can watch this video, that would be great. And if my abusers blocking the videos and using my own videos against me by editing it or whatever, it will appear in the end, and it will be exposed like they did before. Photoshopped photos and videos and all of this will be brought up in the court of law, and everyone participated. Think about it this way: they made allegations and put me in prison, remanded for 4 months, and then mental health hospital with lots of reports, fake reports and made up reports, statements, and all of this. All of this will be brought in the court of law in front of judges. I'll be there, my solicitors will be there, and every person who put a statement against me or, you know, testimonial or anything, including my ex, will be brought in front of the court of law and will be challenged against what they said, what they claimed against me, and so on. And I have evidences to prove them wrong. And this case and what they did to me and what they used and what they built from folders or files around about me, you know, to make me look like a notorious and so on, will be broke down into nothing, and the reality and the truth will be uncovered and will be presented to everyone, including the court. And then they will be liable for everything they have done to me. And not only this, I have enough information and some evidences that I am going to pursue many of the things they have done to me. All of this can be done if you can help, if you come on board and help this case and help me to achieve justice. So please get in touch. Do not let me down. Fight with me to achieve justice and to get those responsible for what was done to me and other people liable and trialed in the court of law and punished for what they have done. Anyway, guys, I hope this video clarified, you know, or made it clear regarding few stuff. And again, if you still have questions, or there is something you cannot understand or something you want to know, please get in touch and contact me directly, and I will give you all the details you need to know about this case and about what was done to me. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. You have a great day. Wish me good luck. I'm still leafleting, and anyone I'm leafleting to, whether I meet you in the street or I leaflet, in your, your home, your door, and all of this. I apologize in advance if that is inconvenient in any way, form, or shape. I just want you to understand, as I written in the leaflet, it's not in my intention to disturb you or make it inconvenient for you. I'm just leafleting for my freedom, my future, my rights for what was done to me, and not only this, to actually make it safe for other people, from people in the authorities who actually misuse their powers and actually can do lots of things and literally destroy people's lives. Well, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Get in touch. My name is Al Brown Spencer. You can contact me, and if you cannot contact me via email or phone, or you cannot get an answer or whatever, or my videos are blocked and you cannot see them, please get in touch directly with me where I'm staying, room number 135 West Hill Road, and that's Bournemouth, BH2 5EG. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.